Oh my god, how'd it go?
Didn't ask if anyone was in here. Gave a couple knocks, shone the light in, and drove off.
What the fuck was that?
A TikTok creator known as Amba Bambi, who usually shares light everyday clips and relatable moments, was heading home one evening with her friend Tiana and her small dog. It was a route they had traveled countless times before an ordinary drive, with no reason to feel uneasy or anticipate any problems. That sense of normalcy ended suddenly when something struck the side window of their vehicle.
Hi. Oh my god, how'd it go? Go! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's okay, honey. Tiana! Tiana! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
At first, the gravity of the situation did not fully register. Their initial response remained calm, assuming the person outside might be asking for directions, needing help, or simply trying to get their attention. Within seconds, that assumption fell apart. The woman, standing beside the car, appeared deeply disturbing. Her appearance looked worn and unkempt. Her presence intense, and the way she stared into the vehicle created immediate fear for both occupants. Amba Bambi later explained that although she can laugh about the incident now in that moment, she and Tiana were genuinely terrified. Realizing that a stranger like that was suddenly only inches away in the darkness without warning felt overwhelming. It wasn't only the impact against the glass. It was the growing feeling that something about the encounter was seriously wrong. After the video was posted online, it quickly spread across TikTok, prompting viewers to share their own theories. Some believed the woman seemed feral or unstable based on her behavior and appearance, while others suggested the incident may have been staged or exaggerated for attention. Regardless of the explanation, the fear captured in the moment felt authentic, as being approached unexpectedly at night, while confined inside a car would rattle anyone. So, what do you think was really happening here? A prank, a misunderstanding, or something far more unsettling? Asleep, 5 Decades is a YouTube channel run by Lisa, a full-time van dweller who documents her life on the road throughout Canada. Her videos highlight both the freedom of endless highways and the realities of living from a vehicle, portraying a lifestyle built on movement and self-reliance. However, not every trip is peaceful. On October 27, 2022, Lisa uploaded a video describing a troubling encounter that left her shaken.
So I'm actually in Beauharnois Canal, and I have got my side door open like I always do, but they have absolutely no reason to walk on the side of my van so that they can look in it or anything. And so that's exactly what this one guy did. I'm in there starting to prepare my dinner, and he pokes his head right in my van, like comes right in my van. Vous avez un petit ami? And I was startled and I jumped back. He goes, "And chum?" And I'm like, "I don't speak French. You have a boyfriend." And so he gets out his phone and he's trying to look for a translator, so he can communicate with each other. And I'm thinking, what for? Like, what for? Why are we going to bother communicating, or try to communicate and go all through the hassle for what? Because I am a vulnerable woman living by myself in a van. And so men see this and they try to really jump on this opportunity and take full advantage of vulnerable women instead of protecting them, which men are supposed to be doing, protecting women.
That night, she parked near a camping area along the Beauharnois Canal, expecting a quiet place to sleep. The surroundings appeared calm, ordinary, and still, but as she settled in, the night took an unexpected turn. A stranger approached her van and immediately pulled open the side door without hesitation. That single act triggered instant alarm. He entered her personal space without permission, crossed a clear boundary, and began asking personal questions. Something about him felt deeply unsettling. His persistent refusal to step back and the uneasy energy he carried made her uncomfortable. When she shut the door on him, he did not leave. Instead, he remained standing just outside the van. That was when fear fully set in and Lisa realized her safety could be at risk.
So he goes in front of the van and I see him, forever still trying to figure out this or this translation, or trying to figure out a way to communicate with me, and just, you would think he would take the hint. So after, I think it was maybe half an hour trying to figure out how to communicate with me, well, he gets in his car, and because I had shut my curtains, well, he's trying to get my attention to come out, I suppose. So for a good hour, he drove his car and kept on parking it differently in front of my van, beside my van. I just thought this guy would take the hint and go away. And so it was starting to get dark, and I was sitting there going, oh my God, what do I do?
The situation escalated as his behavior became more disturbing with each passing minute. He repeatedly repositioned his car near her van, parking at different angles, as if trying to box her in. At times, he stepped out into the rain and stared toward the van for long, uncomfortable moments before returning to his vehicle and repeating the pattern. This continued for nearly an hour. It felt as though he was testing limits, observing and waiting. His actions made no sense. Remaining outside in the rain for that long, focused on a lone woman in a van, did not feel random or harmless. Whatever his intentions were, they did not seem innocent, and the sense of danger continued to build.
Okay, he just moved even closer so that I can't move out, and so that I can't go forward. Please leave, you sketchy person, please leave. Okay, this guy is really starting to freak me out. It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here. And anyways, it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. It's raining pretty hard and he is just such a creepy person, and I didn't trust him when he was trying to talk to me earlier, and he's just staring me down, and I'm afraid to go up the front there, but I still have this set up right there, the umbrella. I'm trying to, so that he doesn't see my phone. Like, where is he now? Look at that. He's really sketchy. He's really scaring me. But the good thing is, can't see, but I was just about to get ready to leave, and then somebody pulled in, and they were just behind me, not right behind me, but close enough that they would hear me scream. So I decided to stay, and he's close enough that he would hear me yelling. I am grateful to see somebody. Oh. This guy did leave, and then he did come back about 3 hours later when it was pitch black. I was thankful that the RV was there with the family, every weapon that I could think of out, and weapon to protect myself out and available, so in case he decided to do something stupid. Nonetheless, that was creepy.
He eventually pulled his car directly in front of her van, deliberately blocking her only exit, then moved again, edging closer and circling the vehicle in a way that felt predatory. The atmosphere shifted from uneasy to openly threatening. This no longer felt like confusion or curiosity. It felt deliberate. Lisa had no idea what he intended to do, and that uncertainty was terrifying. His refusal to leave made one thing clear: whatever he wanted, it was not harmless. The encounter felt less like chance and more like a setup, as if he were waiting for the right moment. Just as she prepared to drive away, headlights appeared. An RV carrying a family pulled into the area. The tension broke instantly and the man backed away. Had the RV not arrived, the night could have ended very differently. Lisa left unharmed, but the experience left her deeply shaken, a reminder that danger outdoors does not always come from animals or the darkness, sometimes it comes from people. This video was recorded by a group of friends, camping deep in the forest, spending a night surrounded by nature, much like they had done many times before. At the beginning, everything felt familiar and calm, with laughter around the campsite and the soft, steady sounds of the woods. Nothing seemed unusual or concerning. Later that night, however, the peaceful atmosphere shifted without warning. They began hearing movement coming from the nearby bushes. At first, they brushed it off as an animal, something common when camping in remote areas. Still, the noises continued, and the way they moved didn't feel natural. That was when one of them decided to start recording, just in case whatever was nearby revealed itself. What stepped out from the dense forest was not what they expected.
What the fuck was that?
A figure appeared, suddenly remained visible just long enough to be noticed, and then slipped back into the darkness almost as quickly as it emerged. The encounter was brief, but it frightened the group enough that they chose to pack up and leave during the night. Later, they wondered whether the figure might have been a feral person living in the forest, while others believed the strange appearance came from darkness and poor camera quality. So, what do you think they really saw out there in the woods? Eva is the creator behind the YouTube channel Eva Zubek. She is an adventurer survivalist and self-described feral woman known for living in a tent and pushing herself through extreme camping and exploration challenges. On November 13th, 2024, she uploaded a video describing a deeply unsettling encounter with a stranger. Eva often lives and films alone in the wilderness, but during one solo camping night in a remote woodland, something happened that shattered the sense of control she usually depends on.
A man that I don't know appeared on my property. He said, "Oh, finally I found you. I've been looking for you." This is a man that I don't know, that I didn't invite here, that I didn't want here, where there is no obvious path that leads here. He made his way up the hills and through the freaking forest to find me, uninvited. To find a woman who's camping on her own, on her private property, to find her and do what exactly? I was shocked. I was shocked and immediately felt so vulnerable and so scared. I immediately told him that this is my private property and that I'm not looking for guests. I took my axe and I went inside my tent with Vjuk. This is not the first time that something like this has happened.
A man she did not recognize suddenly appeared on her private land. He spoke without hesitation, saying he had finally found her and had been searching for her. The moment froze her in place. A wave of fear set in as she realized she had never seen this man before, yet he clearly knew who she was and had come there intentionally. That realization alone was disturbing. She immediately told him to leave her instincts, warning her that something was wrong. The man lingered briefly, moving slowly around the area before heading toward the exit. Even after he was no longer visible, Eva could not shake the fear, unsure whether he had truly gone or was still nearby, watching and waiting.
It's a really terrifying experience when men that you don't know seek you out and you don't know what their intentions are.
Drive over to your friends, just park for the night or somewhere else. Go back in the morning to clean up stuff.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
It's especially earlier than later. You know, it's not fun. It's fucking convenient as fuck. But like if we're just trying to play risk management with a situation where you have a bunch of unknowns, you don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
You know, he says he's visiting. You know, it could be another weirdo that's coming to look for stuff. So like we just don't know.
Yeah.
So he starts drinking and thinks, I'll go back.
Yeah, that's true. I don't really know what to do, but my friend's telling me to go down to the car and spend the night in the car. Vjuk is looking pretty alert. Normally he's already sleeping at this point. And I kind of don't want to leave the tent here, but I also don't... I think I'd be able to fall asleep here tonight, honestly, because I don't know, you know? People drink, people get stupid ideas in their heads. It's so dark. I don't want to go through the forest in the dark. But I do feel safe here right now. My gut's telling me to go. So, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take some luggage. I'm gonna go to sleep in the car. But the craziest thing about all this is that I know for a fact that there are wolves in these forests right now, as we speak, because I've seen them on my trail cams, because people in the village have lost dogs and sheep just now, this season. And yet I feel like it's safer for me to go down the forest to my car, just to reach my car, than to stay here and face the risk of a strange man coming up to me in the middle of the night.
She no longer felt safe. Every instinct told her to leave, warning that remaining through the night could lead to something far worse. The man had been holding a beer bottle, and the thought of him drinking becoming more unpredictable and possibly returning made her deeply uneasy. What once felt like a familiar and secure campsite suddenly felt exposed and compromised. This place was no longer safe. Knowing hesitation could be dangerous, she packed up and chose to leave immediately. She walked out of the forest in the dark despite the known presence of wolves in the area, because that danger felt more predictable than the unknown intentions of a stranger. Sometimes survival means trusting your instincts without hesitation in isolated places. The greatest threat is not always the wilderness or what hides in the dark, but the people who should not be there at all. What do you think his real intentions were? The footage was captured during an investigation at a location known as the Haunted Hunters Camp. While exploring the area at night, the team recorded a sound they had never encountered before in those woods.
Whoa. That was a scream.
Yeah, that was a human scream right there.
As the video continues, a sharp scream echoes through the darkness, harsh, prolonged, and deeply unsettling. It did not resemble anything the team recognized even with years of experience investigating remote and isolated locations. At the time, the investigators considered the possibility that the sound came from feral individuals living somewhere nearby. Given how isolated the area was, they felt this explanation could not be completely ruled out. After the video was shared, viewers began offering their own interpretations. Some believed the noise came from an animal, noting that certain wildlife species can produce screams that sound disturbingly human, especially at night. Others were convinced it was something far more unusual, suggesting it might have been Sasquatch, a creature long associated with remote forests and unexplained vocalizations. With no clear evidence, the source of the scream remains unknown. No animal was seen, no origin was identified, and no similar sounds were reported afterward. What was recorded that night has never been conclusively explained. What do you think caused that terrifying sound? Brothers Wild is a YouTube channel built around quiet exploration. Open fires and long nights spent listening to places most people walk past without noticing. On February 24th, 2024, the two creators behind the channel, Rich and Ash, planned an overnight camp beside the ruins of the old Bersham Ironworks, a site once driven by industry, later shaped by hardship, labor, and tragedy. What began as a calm stay gradually shifted into something heavier, as the forest revealed that it carried far more memory than it showed. The video opens in daylight as they enter Bersham Woods, with a river flowing steadily nearby, and the unseen ironworks lending the area a muted stillness. As they move deeper and set up camp, the surroundings begin to feel exposed and isolated, shaped by a past that seems to linger among the trees.
At the moment I'm feeling fairly calm, a little bit eerie, but yeah. We heard some whistling earlier on, no one was around. Maybe someone was whistling a dog walker, it could have been. But yeah, apart from that, nothing. But the last time we were up here, I heard somebody behind me walking. And when I turned around, nobody was there. So we've come back here in hope to do a reading later on. and try and make contact with anyone or any lost soul or energy, whatever you want to believe it is.
The forest feels quiet but uneasy, as if something familiar yet unseen remains close. As darkness settles over the ironworks, the history of the land weighs more heavily on the atmosphere. The initial calm does not last. An unexplained sound cuts through the woods, shifting the mood from peaceful to alert.
Yeah, we're just starting to get the fire going now as well. What was that?
That wasn't me.
Did you hear something?
Yeah, it was high.
We're just starting to get the fire going now as well. There's no one around.
That wasn't weird.
That was really loud.
Yeah, there's nobody.
What the hell?
The noise feels out of place, and the sense of being watched begins to grow as night fully takes hold. A paranormal reading setup is carried away from camp and placed carefully among roots and fallen branches.
Right, put the reader there. I'm going to put a gap ball in there, so it definitely can't move. I'm going to put one... Ooh, can we stick one in here? Yeah, there we go. One there, so it can't move. And I'll put another one just over here. No, is it going to roll? It's going to roll. I'll put it there by that tree.
Devices are positioned securely, lights are dimmed, and the forest falls into deeper silence.
Let me just get my other torch on, Rich. What was that? Oh my God! Did you hear that? You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
loud. I'm trying not to freak out now.
What's that?
That sounds like screaming and
moaning, yeah.
I hear a humming. I hear a humming.
Soon after, layered sounds begin to emerge, distant, unclear, and slowly becoming more defined. The noise carries depth and movement, creating the impression that something unseen is drawing closer.
Wow, what is that? Let's turn my lights off for a minute. Be very quiet, Rich. It sounds like something bloody satanic. Shh, just be quiet, Rich. Be quiet a minute, mate.
Despite not knowing where the sounds originate, they move deeper into the woods. Ahead, they encounter activity near a bridge and waterfall that feels deliberate and ritualistic. The scene is unexpected and unsettling, forcing them to retreat quickly.
There's people below this bridge. What the hell is this? Be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, yeah? Don't get seen. Don't get seen, don't get seen. Some sort of ritual things going on right now. They got people in the waterfall naked. They're all fucking naked. Oh my God. Right, let's go. Let's get out of here, mate. Oh my God. That is not normal, guys. We're getting out of here. They're all naked, swimming in the waterfall, chanting. That is weird. That's witchcraft stuff. Let's get out of here.
Instinct overrides curiosity, and the urgency to leave becomes clear. Back near camp, they attempt one final reading before departing. The devices respond sharply and without warning, as if something followed them back and demanded acknowledgement.
Are you there? Whoa! Okay. Okay. Oh, you don't want us to leave tonight. You don't want us to leave tonight. Okay, go red. Please go red. That was crazy. Oh. Just as I was gonna turn the camera off. I was just about to turn the camera off. Go to red again, please. Go to red again. Can you go to red again?
One more time. Once.
Oh my God!
Moments later, the activity fades. The forest becomes unnaturally quiet once again.
Yes. 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 Oh my.
I'm gonna go.
They're not gonna. I can feel the energy. It's gone. It's depleted. It's gone.
By morning, the camp river and woods appear unchanged, yet the weight of the night remains. The experience serves as a reminder that some places do not need to reveal their secrets. In Bersham, the forest did not show anything it only remembered. Some believe these events reflect environmental sounds, history, and heightened awareness, while others feel the land itself holds something unresolved. If you were there, would you trust logic or leave before night returned? The Bell Explorers are a duo known for exploring abandoned structures, haunted forests, and locations tied to unsettling histories. Their videos focus on nighttime investigations and places that many believe still hold echoes of the past. Some of their content has gained attention for creating genuinely chilling moments. In this video, they return to the Screaming Woods in Pluckley, Kent, an area often described as one of the most haunted locations in the United Kingdom. Locals have long spoken about shadowy figures, strange whispers, and sudden screams said to move through the trees after dark.
Hi guys, we're back at Pluckley Wood. After last time we was here, we had our encounter, which shit the life out of us. But yeah, it was a bit of a naughty one, wasn't it? But we've come back. Why did we run away and stuff? I mean, would you run away with shit our pants? What would you have done? But we've come back and we're going to see if we can get more encounters. And we're going to try our hardest not to run away. And we're going to try and get some kind of footage if anything decides to want to come back or whatever. So, guys, let's get this done.
See what we can find this time.
Yeah, I'm quite excited. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm quite excited.
Yeah, be a bit more prepared for it this time.
It's definitely jogged our minds a little bit. AKA Screaming Woods.
No camping allowed. Yeah, what the fuck you'd want to camp in this for the night?
Yeah, I wouldn't be camping in it. That's all fun and games, isn't it? God, it's still stodgy though. It's still stodgy.
Well, it's firm stodgy, but yeah.
I've got a bit better torch, guys, so hopefully we can get some better footage as well. I've got a bit more power in it.
The pair decided to revisit the woods following a previous encounter that left a strong impression. This time, they plan to stay longer, move deeper into the area, and attempt to document clearer evidence responding to feedback from viewers who questioned their earlier retreat. The location, also known as Deer in the Woods, carries warning signs and does not allow camping. Despite moments of light conversation and preparation, the ground remained wet and uneven, and the forest felt enclosed. With upgraded lighting equipment, they continued forward, hoping improved visibility would help capture whatever might appear. As they explored further, the atmosphere began to shift.
What was that?
Something over there. What's that?
You hear it?
Yeah.
Shit. What was that noise? I can hear someone walking. Joe, this is creeping me out. Oh, I just heard a knock again. This is get. Shit, Joe!
What's that? What's that?
Shit!
What's that?
Fucking hell. That! No, Joe, we got no. The fucking car's over there. Shit! What are we gonna fucking do?
We're gonna have to chance it, aren't we?
Oh, fuck.
That's the car.
You're fucking joking, aren't you? Did you see that?
Yeah.
I swear, it looked like a person.
It looked like a person, didn't it? Walking across.
I don't want to go that way, Joe. I don't want to do it. Shit! I swear I just saw him again. I swear I just saw.
Is that someone else?
Shit, is that something? I can't even see.
No.
Shit, there's people. Fuck off. Not again. We can't do this shit. Every fucking time. We ain't doing this. Which way was it? This way.
Unfamiliar sounds emerged nearby, suggesting movement close to their position. The noises did not follow a clear pattern and seemed to shift with their steps. Although uncertain about what they had seen, they continued walking. The strange activity persisted, and the sense of being followed grew stronger. Sounds continued to surface from different directions, keeping just enough distance to remain unseen. Whatever was moving through the woods appeared to stay back, never fully revealing itself. Its purpose was unclear, but the tension continued to rise as the situation felt increasingly unsafe. Eventually, the pressure became too much. The explorers ran and exited the forest as quickly as possible, choosing distance over answers. What truly happened that night remains unclear. The experience may have been caused by people-animals, or fear intensified by a place already known for strange stories, but no explanation was ever confirmed. The explorers left the woods unharmed, leaving behind only unanswered questions. If you felt something following you in the dark, would you stay to find answers or leave before it came any closer? This case comes from Sam Bradshaw, the creator behind a self-titled YouTube channel, where he documents his early steps into outdoor exploration. His videos follow solo hikes and wild camps in remote areas, showing both the beauty of nature and the challenges faced by someone still learning through experience. On November 15, 2025, one trip would show him just how quickly those challenges can turn serious. Sam planned an overnight solo camp in the panoramic mountains of Banau. Despite forecasts warning of heavy rain and strong winds, he believed his equipment would be enough. As he climbed higher, however, the wind grew stronger and the area began to feel unsafe. Trusting his instincts, he altered his route and searched for a more protected ridge.
So yeah, the wind's brutal, and it will just be worse up top on Benevent. You might not even be able to hear me, to be honest. See how this mic actually does. I was going to go up it. I have done it about 8 times this year, and it will just be very windy, and I'll be up there for a few seconds, come back down, and then come back this way. I think to pass the time, I'm going to hike over this ridge, probably about an hour, take me closer to sunset, and I might find a better spot over there.
After a difficult hike, Sam reached a campsite he knew well. In summer, it offered wide views and ideal ground, but the current conditions had changed everything.
We're at the top. I'm going to take you to my favourite camp spot. Oh, it's uncampable today. That's good to know, actually. So, this in the summer is undefeated. Now, granted, it's a bog right now. I mean, it's not that bad. Clearly a very flat area and built water. But this, in the summer, the ground is literally perfect for a pitch. I'm not really selling it here, but it just, yeah, there's something about it. You can't find it anywhere. You probably can't find it elsewhere, but it's not the same. I love it here. I'll pick it back up if I find another spot. If not, I'll probably just come back to that spot because
the soil had become soft and waterlogged, turning the area into an unstable bog. Realizing it was no longer suitable, he continued moving in hopes of finding safer ground.
I don't know if you can hear me, but as you can see, the rain's on its way. So I'm going to sit up here and just make sure I stay dry on this. Yeah, well, this is not going to be fun. It's windy.
Rain soon arrived, carried by relentless wind. Sam quickly pitched his tent, but the views disappeared almost completely. Thick fog and steady drizzle swallowed the landscape, leaving only vague outlines of nearby ridges and no sign of improvement ahead.
I think I captured it pretty well when I was putting the tent up, but look at this. There is no view at all, and this was on the forecast, and this is not going to change all night. Make out the ridge going up to Fanabig, but Penavant's gone, everything's gone. It's barely raining, literally just a little bit of drizzle. I mean, I think it's pretty wet, but I'll be dry all night, I'll be fine. This tent will hold up.
Later that night, after resting, briefly Sam woke to complete darkness. The absence of light combined with wind and rain created a deeply unsettling environment. What had seemed manageable now felt fragile.
So the time is now 7:10, sunset. 2 hours ago. I read some of my book and then fell asleep for an hour and a half and woke up to this. It is spitting with rain, very fucking windy, but the tent is holding up beautifully.
The situation escalated suddenly when a tent pole snapped under the pressure of the storm. His shelter began to collapse, forcing him to act quickly. In the dark and worsening weather,
Probably didn't expect to see me here. Long story short, my tent pole snapped. I had a feeling something was wrong. Basically, the tent was just falling on me. So I went out to have a look, and it was just completely snapped off. And I was like, right. The main issue was the winds did not ease up. So it was 50-mile-an-hour winds, rain, and I had to get all my stuff packed away in my tent. But unlucky. I reckon that exact same thing would have happened had I gone up Pennerburn and camped up there like the original plan. Getting down from there in the dark is hard work.
he packed his gear before it could be blown away, focusing entirely on getting out safely, cold, soaked, and exhausted.
It's a full update when I'm back in the car, but I've managed to navigate half back to the car. So, now, everything's wet.
Sam eventually reached his car with his equipment intact. He had made it through the night, but the experience left a lasting impression. The mountain had allowed no mistakes. Some see this as a lesson in how fast weather can change in the mountains, while others focus on the risks of pushing on when conditions feel wrong. If you were in his place, would you trust your gear or leave at the first warning sign? Next case is Brendan explores a UK-based YouTuber known for spending nights wild camping, cooking simple meals, and exploring remote locations from inside his van. His channel usually highlights the quiet comforts of road life, scenic parks, budget-friendly food, and hidden places far from busy routes. But during one stealth trip to Lake Vyrnwy in Wales, what began as a calm night by the water slowly shifted into something far more unsettling. After cooking settling in and preparing to sleep, the area seemed peaceful and still. That calm was broken when a bright reflection cut through the darkness.
I can see headlights.
A vehicle approached, slowed, and then stopped nearby, introducing an unexpected presence into the quiet surroundings. Moments later, heavy footsteps could be heard moving around the van. Someone began knocking against the panels, tapping different sections as if checking for a response. No words were spoken, and no explanation followed. Brendan remained motionless, choosing not to react. Soon after, the figure disappeared without warning.
Who the was that? They just drove off. Didn't shout anything, didn't ask if anyone's in here. Gave a couple knocks, shone the light in, and drove off. Shit. I thought someone would come back then, Jesus. What do I do? What do I do?
The situation did not end there. Hours later, around 3:30 in the morning, another vehicle arrived, this time a van. Although this footage was not shown, the vehicle remained parked for nearly 15 minutes with its engine running and headlights fixed directly on Brendan's window. No one exited the vehicle and no sound was made. Brendan stayed frozen in place, unsure whether moving would make things worse. When the van finally left, dawn was less than an hour away.
Well, that's one hell of a wake-up I've ever had one. Jeez.
He managed only brief moments of rest, his thoughts replaying the footsteps, the knocks, and the blinding lights again and again. What caused the disturbance is still unknown. It may have been people trying to scare him away or something more threatening. What began as a quiet lakeside stop became a disturbing lesson in isolation. If this happened to you, would you stay still or leave as soon as you could?
That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped you out the most? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story? Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.